Total Toy Recon Daily Review. Now today we're going to be dealing with our Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn 112 Collective Mezco release. Now, what is a 112 Collective? A 112 Collective is a 1/12th scale action figure of a certain character. So this is a slightly different kind of toy today. So as you can see here that we have on the back, we have Ash in the style of Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, the best film in the Evil Dead saga, in my honest opinion. He comes with alternate heads. He has 4 interchangeable hands. He has a stand. Plus, he has like this little brace that you can use him to pose. Comes with the sawed-off shotgun, the Necronomicon. He comes with Sweet Henrietta's head, and he comes with his own severed hand. Yes, and apparently a chainsaw, even though that's not listed here on the back. I guess he comes with a chainsaw. So, we're going to open this up. Now, I got this as a birthday present about a year or so ago. And believe it or not, Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn Ash is still available on the Mezco site. Yes, you can order this now, right now, on the Mezco site. I wanted to open him up, see what he was like, and highlight to some people, our new viewers, who don't know what a Mezco 112 is. This is a very, very cool toy. So, he does have... It had numerous bags, by the way, and sliding them off and everything. But this is an outer case that slides off, so you can have them on display like this. I have never opened this. Honestly, have never opened this. 112 here on the side, so you can see this. We do have these nice little things. This is an 18 and up collector's toy. This is, I would say, this is not for children. Small parts, and we have a nice big Gomez logo here on the back. And since it's Monday, we also decided that we were going to celebrate Meez-It Monday. This is a Meez-It. If you buy something from Mezco, you usually get one of these in a little sealed bag. You never know what color you're going to get. But this is one of their little dudes. Mezco. Great stuff. So, here we have Ash. Now, I was going to open this up a little bit further. I have a couple of these, but I've not opened, as in 112 collective figures, but I've not opened too many of them. So this is a great experience for me as well. So 112 does have, the Mezco does have a thing about 112. It's pose, play, and display. So awesome. So this is a really cool thing for collectors. And what I also really like about this is, with all the way they have this packaged, you can get this all back in there and put it in. They also retain their value, I would say open or closed. Just depends on the actual release and the figure. So like if somebody wanted to trade you one and they had already opened it, had a display, I think it's fine. There are rarer ones that probably should never come out of the package. And we've dealt with a lot of these here on Total Toy Recon. You can go to our YouTube page and we have probably a review of probably about 10 of them. But this, I would say, is probably either my first or second solo. I'm trying to think if I had one that I did. So this has a nice little shield over the top here. I got to remember how all this goes back on, so when I put him away, he can go back into his box. We got a little guy here at the house, and it's been very difficult to try to have some of these things out, because he is starting to crawl and grab things, and the shotgun fell out. So, let's start with this, since it's already out. So here we have the old trusty double barrel here. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of Evil Dead lines, Evil Dead 2 lines. Bear with me. We do have that. So let's get, actually, let's just go through it. So here we have the Necronomicon. I just got an awesome pillow of this from Creepy Company. So that's on our couch now. It's a nice little book. Does not open. That would be, I guess, a little extra detail, but still, great face. Look at that detail. Nice. Here we have Ash's hand, his severed hand. And to tell you the truth, I think this is probably the best pose that you could give it right now. Instead of having it like crawl around like the Thing, I would rather just have it as a middle finger. That's awesome. Let's check out this chainsaw. Now, as chainsaws go, they are a little bit harder to find in such great, fantastic, and bloody, gory detail. Wow, this is awesome. We did review NECA's Ash from this Evil Dead TV series in his straitjacket. That chainsaw was pretty good, but yeah, this one is awesome. Wow, look at that, fantastic. Fantastic. That's an awesome chainsaw. And it's considered a hand in this set. So, let's see some of these faces here. So here we have Bruce Campbell, not quite like, still what's going on? I'm not really transformed yet. This is a little weird. So as you can see here, we do have an extended neck so they can replace it. I like the bit of blood, but it does look like Bruce Campbell and does have a little bit of his inquisitive, like, you know, what was that look? What? It's a nice face like that. I'm slowly putting these back into the spots because I have done this to myself in the past where I have not. I'm like, what the hell? Where did all this stuff go? So here we have Possessed Ash. And that is, wow. Look at the neck. Wow, look at those neck. That is awesome. The mouth is awesome, especially the teeth. NECA does great little tiny details that some people just gloss over and you really have to look. We did a Joker once, and then we didn't even look, and somebody had mentioned on a live stream, pull up his pants, and we pulled up the pants a little bit, and the socks were all Batman socks. It was really, really cool. Love the eyes here. And that hair has that right kind of color. It's just a little bit of dust to it, but not like it's gray. So put that back. Now let's do Sweet Henrietta's head. And we've also reviewed Sweet Henrietta here on our YouTube channel. If you check that out, you can get a good look at her. Oh my God. I would have loved to have compared it, but unfortunately, due to the events of which we're recording this, our Henrietta is at the office. Oop. Look at this. Ugh. Got a little bit of the hair here, a little bit of the craziness going on in the back. Ugh, the eyeball, the mouth. Ugh, so good. So good. Now, as an Evil Dead fan, I will say that I discovered the movie late one night on USA, up all night with Rhonda, and absolutely fell in love with the film. And the next day, I went to visit some friends. My one friend was in the hospital for some surgery, and I said, I watched this awesome movie last night called Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, and my buddy who drove me there, and my buddy was at the hospital, we both started laughing. We're like, we all watched it at the same time. Kind of solidified our friendship from that point on, and we just discovered that we had this love of all these kind of great movies. So here is Ash. Now this is just, I'm going to move this out of the way here. We do have extra hands, but hands are hands. And okay, so as I have to remember that some of you have never seen one of these before. This is underneath the plastic shell. So here, Mezco has included an arm, so we can use this arm to pose the figure, like it'll hold him, and then it's nice because you could do it like a jump or something like that, so maybe we'll get it out of there. But this has a second layer of sliding this plastic off, and we also have a bag. So Mezco includes a little baggie to put all your stuff in. So if you had it out in a drawer, you put this box away somewhere, and then you have this little baggie. It says 112. You're gonna know what all those parts are. So very nice, a nice little detail. But we will we'll put this to the side here, and then we'll rock Ash as we go. So let's take a look at Ash. Ooh. Always a dangerous thing when you have very thin arms. That, wow. I was a little terrified, but that is the mark of a toy that's never been played with. He is very stiff. Can we see Ash's socks? I always check the socks now since that one day of reviewing that Joker. He's got socks. Look at that. So there's something that you may not ever see, but he's got little socks on under his boots. So always, I mean, that's extra. They don't have to include that. That's just extra detail. And we even have the socks are the boots are tied off in the back. Now, you know, is that a production photo? Did they watch the movie that many times just to see, well, what is he wearing down there? Like, what kind of pants does he, what kind of boots are they? Where do they tie? Those extra details, that drives collectors and movie fans nuts when they nail it. So that was cool. Well, we got the pants back on. All right. So here we have, now since Ash does eventually only have one hand, he will lose this hand. He does have a thing hooked up here on his belt. He has a little hook on his belt so he can pull the chainsaw lever so he can start it with one hand. Brilliant. We do have some cuts, some bruises right there. That's nice. The shirt already ripped is a nice touch. Sewn to the pants so this stays here. It doesn't flap around. But there is a mini belt here. Take a look at that. And then we have all these other belts and straps that the professor's daughter helped Ash make. I'm trying to get the pants actually back over the... There we go. Back over his boot. So, and then this is our regular... Well, I wouldn't say regular. He does have some cuts. So this is our Bruce Campbell a couple minutes in, after maybe some, washing the water off of his face. So we do have a really nice kind of look. But posability-wise, let's give him an instant pose here right from the get-go. No stand. And let's see how he does. Now, the thing about 112 collective figures is that they are loaded with ball joints, all kinds of angles to help you pose this figure the best way that you can. And I'm sorry that it's so far away, but I can't zoom too much on Facebook Live. So there he is, standing on his own, solid figure. So let's start. Let's do it. Let's do some of the stuff here. So we're gonna bring him in here. Double barrel shotgun. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Gonna bring that in. Now let's pull off the. Came right off, nice and easy. I don't lose that. We'll put this chainsaw on here. So this will go into the ball joint here. Oh, it's super snug too. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. All right, so now we need the extra hand. So forgive me here. We need the hands with the open joints. Now, I always like to pose them in some crazy way to actually see if you can hold, see if you can actually hold some of these accessories. So I'll put the hand back in here. Everything went rolling. That's fine. We're going to get to it anyway. So we'll pull out, pull out this hand. They come right off, and you can do this with some Marvel Legends where it's a little tough. This was very, very easy. So here we do have a trigger finger. So let's do, and he only has one hand really, and there's no trigger finger in the other hand, which is good because it shouldn't have that. So we put the shotgun in here, go right into the trigger mode, and then we'll put him on his stand. So my one complaint sometimes about stands is they do get dusty, and you do really have to go out of your way to make sure that they are fine and that they're okay. So there he is in his glory. I'll slide up a little bit here. And as you can see, fantastic figure pose, 112 collective. He's on the smaller scale of figures. He's 1/12 the size of a person. So it's a little bit smaller. So then we'll take this, put this back here. We're going to change the hand out to the other hand, which was a fist. Oh, he only comes with a fist hand for this hand because the other hand gets possessed. So that's kind of nice. This other hand here is another left hand. So it's right there. Wow, that's cool. So if we let's do this. Now the whole head comes out of this. The ball joint is lodged into his neck. So we have to do both heads here. So let's do the possessed one. So look at that. Oh, really nice detail. Really just, possessed Ash. Do the finger point. Get an idea of what he's like. So look at that. Ooh. I mean, it makes me want to get my Lincoln logs out and build like a log cabin. It really does. And I do have them. So, nice. Oh, so nice. And then we'll do Ash with a little bit more blood and guts. A little bit more on the inquisitive side, Ash. We'll go back to the chainsaw, because that's Ash. You need the chainsaw. It'd be nice if the string came out and you could put it here, but I don't think that's really necessary of a make or break for this kind of toy. So you want to give him the... Be this way. So that gives you the... It's great with the posability with these. Just want to get him like right in that zone. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I mean, I once heard Ash referred to as the Rambo of horror movies. Very true. Very, very true. Very true. put the book here in his hand. Gives you an extra idea if he's able to hold some things. So, there's the book. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So, as I said before, this is available right now on Mezco's website, and I'm sure you could probably get it on a few other sites like Entertainment Earth. But it is a fantastic addition to your collection. Even if you're not a fan of the Mezco 112s, it's not something you don't collect. If you're a fan of Evil Dead, you're really going to appreciate this. Now, I always like to do it, if I can, bring out another figure from the same line, same company, to give you a comparison, especially Mezco, who's been very good to us in the past. They invite us to a lot of special events. And we've got Dr. Zaius on the way sometime this fall in the 112 Collective line. And we also have sometime this month or next month, we will be reviewing the new Baron Benz and the Aquaticons, which is their own property. So it's not like a movie figure from, Planet of the Apes or Batman or DC Comics or something like that. It's their own property. So this was this is probably the 112 Collective we use the most in a lot of our displays, a lot of our reviews. It's one of our favorites, and it's the Frank Miller Batman. So that gives you an idea of the scale and scope of these figures in relation to one another. So the Frank Miller Batman is fabulous. Got a lot of great accessories, and they did this in black and white. They did it in different colors, so it gives you a better sense of the figure itself next to another figure. So solid, good choice, very heavy duty figures. And then this is a Mezco, which is about 2 inches tall, so it gives you an idea of how big he is. But because I love you guys so much for watching. As you can see, Ash is about 6.5 inches tall. Batman's a little bit taller because of the ears. So 6.5 inches tall isn't too bad. Me's at 2 inches. So this is a nice display piece. It's something you can put out. If you're a horror fan, you can definitely rock this in your collection. And the scary part about the 112s is how realistic they look and how scary good they look. They really have a great high definition quality to them. It's weird to use that term because everybody's used to that for television, but it's a high definition of detail. Like the bruises, the sculpts, the ability to move him, the blood on the chainsaw, the book, the boots, the socks I talked about, the blood up here. Each thing is just breathing more and more life into the character, and that's what Mezco has done. And they've done this line for several years. And actually, now I do remember, this is my second full review of a Mezco 112. My first one is of one of their very first ones, and it was Frankenstein. And I actually have one of the exclusive Frankensteins that has a little color to his face. So this is Bob from Total Toy Recon. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, you can get this figure right now on Mezco's website. It's fantastic. Great figure you want to add to your collection. And if you're an Evil Dead fan, and frankly, why aren't you if you're not? This is going to beat any other Evil Dead 2 figure that's out there. And there are several now. So thank you for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 12:30 with an entirely different review, different property, different production company, different toy line. Please tune in. Thank you.